Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair, Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bell Blossom Souls Tabletop News with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And we're back with another Tabletop Spotlight, and this time Evan brought a fun-looking science game.
Science.
This is Covalence.
Yes, this is an asymmetrical cooperative game where one player knows a compound that needs to be built, and the other player is playing builders. The player who knows the compound is going to give them clues to try to have them build the compound that they're trying to get. So
interesting.
It's an interesting. If you've ever played the game Mysterium, it works in a lot of the same mechanics. But this is a science-based one, and it's really cool too because if you know a lot about chemistry, it's going to be very helpful.
I have some chemical engineer friends who are going to be very excited about this.
There you
go. Well, let's go ahead and take a look inside. Covalence. Covalence, a molecule building game. So this is the layout. This is the general layout here.
Yes.
Real fast too, what are we trying to do in this game?
So this is an asymmetrical game. There's going to be one player who's going to be the clue giver. They're going to be able to see the compounds that need to be built. The compounds, this is set up for 2 players. Each player is going to have 3 compound cards face down where the builder can't see it. The clue giver is going to be able to see the top card on each side, and these are the compounds that need to be made. So for instance, this guy needs to make ethanol, and that's what the compound looks like.
Sure.
The clue giver can look at these cards anytime they want, but the builders, which are what these 2 people are, they cannot look at the compounds.
Okay.
Now it's the clue giver's task to make a clue out of the 8 available cards and give them to each person, and they're going to be able to build the compound off those clues.
Okay.
Now, if each builder doesn't think they have enough clue, they can spend a clue point to have the clue giver to build another clue out of what's available and give it to them. If they think they have the compound all ready and done, they can spend a guess point. And if they're right, good, you move on to the next one out of the 3. And if they're wrong, you just wasted a guess point.
Okay.
Now it's a cooperative game. There's no winner out of the 2 builders. Both builders want each of them to finish correctly.
Okay.
So once this person finishes all 3 of theirs, they might come over here and help this person out if they're not done
Interesting.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's a communal pile for the guesses and the clues. So
yeah,
you have to hope that your buddy's is doing well.
So if you do want to play just 2 players, then you would have 1 builder, one clue giver.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So these are the number clue cards.
Right. Yeah. Let's go over the question. Yeah. The number clue cards.
They're just gonna have a number. I think 0 through 3 is the most it can go.
And then it's gonna have the
organic
cards.
Yeah. So this is gonna have the elements, or it can have like single bonds of 2 electrons and stuff like that. This is where it comes into. If you know a lot about chemistry, it comes in and it helps out a lot there.
Oh, and then we've each got a set of tokens, which we need to build.
Each person starts with the same amount of elements. However, this box in general comes with a chlorine expansion, so it comes with 3 chlorine, and then a whole other deck of compounds to try out from that involve chlorine in the compound.
Yeah, and it says chemist there to differentiate the decks.
Exactly.
And then real quick too, like the actual molecules when you build them, it actually shows you what kind of bonds you can use to connect them. So for instance, I have a carbon. And I can connect it with a nitrogen here, but I can't do that.
Yeah,
that would be an illegal.
Oxygen there.
Or an oxygen. Yeah.
So this is great too. If you don't know about chemistry too, you can see how the bonds happen. Yeah. Learn more about compounds.
And it's great too. It's only the base set only has 4 elements to play around with.
Yeah.
Carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen.
Yeah.
Helium.
Hydrogen. No, you're right. Hydrogen.
Yeah. And then then we add in the chlorine expansion too.
Yeah.
So
you don't need to use that.
I guess it's technically the chemist expansion, but
yeah, right.
But yeah, that's the basic setup and rundown of the game and the kind of points. The rules are actually not that bad either.
No, I wanted to point out too, there are difficulty levels too. So if you're playing with people who do know a lot about chemistry, bump up that difficulty, and it'll have a little chart for how many players. There's a maximum of 3 builders plus whoever's the clue giver.
Yeah.
Now it'll go over game setup and all that good stuff. All good color, has good examples as well.
Yeah.
I also want to say in here. In the very back last pages, it'll give you hints on like really good ways of getting clues. So sometimes you're kind of you don't have a lot of you're stuck. Look in the back of the pages; they give you really good hints on how to give really good clues and help progress it. Yeah. You might have to get creative sometimes. So
cool.
Yeah, and the thing too is the clue giver can't say anything. They can't motion anything. It's all about just them giving a clue, and that's it. Yeah. So it's a really challenging game, but it's a really good cooperative.
Yeah, there's a lot of science behind this, and it is really great just to learn some chemistry stuff. So cool stuff. Let's hop out for a really quick recap. Well, that was Covalence, a molecule building game.
Yes.
pretty fun looking stuff. Real fast too, this is for ages 8 and up.
Yep.
And it is 2 to 4 players, as you saw.
It runs about 20 to 40 minutes, and the price point is $19.99.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Again, that one is from Genius Games, and they make a lot of fun science games.
Yes.
That fun educational.
This one's brand new, and it actually came out with 2 other from the same company, biology-based ones. So
Sweet.
Look them up. They've got a lot of good science-based games for all you teachers or lovers of science out there.
Yeah. So go do that, and this is out right now in stores.
Yeah.
I'm AdamHarry from Bolt.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching.
Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.